It's Wednesday morning, and you know what that means. Bruce Porter's here for Dollars and Cents, and we're going to dive into some sense right after this.
Putting the client first. That was my main priority some 20 years ago when I started the Resource Center, and it remains my priority today. That's why I wrote Finding the Courage to Retire, to help guide you confidently along a journey that should be the most rewarding of your life, from creating sustainable income and preservation strategies to understanding Social Security, Medicare, and much more. This book is the retirement roadmap you need. To get your free copy, just call or email our office today.
All right, well, dollars, we got that covered, but sometimes we just don't have the sense.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when we started this show years ago, it was the dollars and cents, not the money. It was common sense.
Common sense, sure.
You know, when it comes to your life savings, I think people need to think about it a little bit more. I'm always shocked. You know, we have all these people that come to our workshops, and then they come in and they're telling me about their, you know, our estate planning workshops that we do every month that you can sign up for, right?
For free.
So, yep. And so I'm shocked how many people will come in and they're spelling out all their stuff and they've got all these crazy investments. And I'm inquisitive. I ask questions and they don't have a clue what they have. And, you know, yesterday I was looking at a statement and I said, oh, so do you realize you lost $9,200 last month? And they're like, what? And people are just unaware.
Yeah.
Now, a few months ago, I did a show about not being a passive investor. I think right now, the common sense approach to investing, I think will pay off for you in the long run. I think people need to be aware of every penny of every dollar that they earn or that they've saved throughout their lifetime. And I think people need to pay attention to that, especially now, because we have a very volatile economic condition, not only here, but worldwide. And as things continue to escalate, I think we need to be more conservative. There's always time to be more aggressive with investing later on in life. But the adage that when the markets are down, everything's on sale, let's buy bargains. I think that's all well and good, but we have not been in this kind of shape economically for decades. And I think people need to realize that it's not the status quo of investing anymore. I think you have to be very cautious. I think you need to know exactly what you're doing. If you don't do it. Pull back and be more conservative. There's always time to be aggressive later on, but I don't think that time is right now.
Well, going off kind of what you just said that right then, don't you think that a lot of the negative of our economic situation is being muted and blunted by artificial manipulation, and it's just sort of all getting stored up and stored up and stored up like a big tidal wave that eventually the dam's going to break and it's going to hit us all, and we've been doing that for about the past 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a government that will not report accurate information, how can you trust the information that is coming out to make good investment decisions when whether it's AI or whatever is controlling the narrative? How can you make a decision on your life savings? Let's go back to that. You worked your whole life for this little bucket of money. Why in the world would you not understand every minute detail about what you're doing before you do it? It's just beyond comprehension for me. I don't know about you, but I've worked hard all my life. I want to know exactly how things work.
Yep.
I
still, I know I've said it on here before, but I still go back to what you said. You know, if you wouldn't put your money in the market now, why would you leave it in there?
Absolutely.
It just makes a lot of sense to me.
You know,
it doesn't mean you have to pull it out of your IRA, but you can convert it to cash.
You can convert your IRA to cash. You can convert your IRA to another vehicle. I think people need to realize if you're above 59 and a half and you're still working and you're scared about your 401k, maybe you've been at the same employer for 40 years and you've got $500,000 or more in your 401k. If you're worried about it, you're above 59 and a half, there's a little thing that's not commonly talked about. It's called an in-service rollover. You can take control of that balance, roll it out to an IRA that you control, and still continue to participate in your 401k, and your employer has no say in that. That's a rule that has been around for a long time, and you can take control, and you do not have to be a statistic, And I think people need to realize that.
Well, and just on an even simpler note, I think that, you in particular, and I hung around with you enough that I've picked up some stuff, but I think there are some things that people, that you and I just assume people understand, and they really don't. I believe, and I hope that this will help somebody, that there are people that when they hear, well, I can't take anything out of my IRA, I can't withdraw from my IRA without a penalty, I believe there are people that are under the misunderstanding that they can't sell the stock. That like once they buy it, they have to keep it until withdrawal period, and they don't understand that no, you can buy and sell all you want within the IRA, and that's not affected by the withdrawal rules at all.
That's right. As long as you do a like for like, you can transfer your IRA to a bank CD IRA.
I'm not even talking about doing that. I'm just talking about you've got your IRA account at Schwab or wherever. I think there are people that think that once you buy the stock that you cannot sell it. You're stuck with it.
You're not. You can convert to cash within your IRA. You can maneuver your IRA however you want. It doesn't matter what your age is. You could be 40 years old, still working, have a lot of money because you've done well in your 401k, and if you're worried about the market and you want to pull back because things are pretty crazy, call whoever is the administrator of that 401k, and some plans will allow you to change your allocation midstream. Some won't. Some have the open enrollment period kind of every year, and they'll let you make adjustments. But either way, learn how your retirement account works and ask questions. And if somebody belittles you for asking a question, you come and see me and we'll take care of that, because we will roll out of that into an IRA that you can understand, and we'll make sure that you get the respect because you are the one that has worked your whole life and you're the one that has contributed to your 401k, and it is your money. Don't ever forget that. Don't let anyone tell you what you can do with
I'm hearing
your money.
shades of J.G. Wentworth here. It's my money and I want it now. But
yeah, okay. Yeah.
No, but you made the point I was about to make. If you have questions, regardless of who you are or where your investments are, you call Bruce. 882-1800. He'll sit down with you and he'll talk to you for free and answer all your questions about your investments, and maybe he'll even be able to help you out when he gets done answering those questions too.
Hey, and we got 2 more workshops coming up next week. They are getting fairly full. We may add 1 more. It's kind of up in the air right now because the holidays are coming, but sign up for our workshops, call the office, same number,
882-1800.
Come to the workshop and learn about estate planning. It's a wonderful workshop. We've had over 1,000 people this year come to our workshops.
Is that right?
Yep.
Wow.
And so when you consider that, now we have educated 1,000 people on how an estate should properly be set up and the do's and don'ts, and at least a practical understanding of how all this stuff works. So come to our workshops and get some education. Why not?
Yeah, you do that. And we'll be back next week with more dollars and cents.
Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC. AE Wealth Management and the Resource Center, Inc. are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims-paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This podcast is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet a particular need of an individual situation. The Resource Center, Inc. is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during this podcast shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein, provided by third parties, have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by the Resource Center, Inc. This podcast is a paid